All right, welcome to another episode of the MMA Fight Game Podcast. I am fired up to have this cerebral buzzsaw mixed martial artist who burst onto the MMA, the local Rochester, New York MMA scene about 2 years ago. He is just a complete wrecking ball and going right through his competition. He's currently 2-0. He is the main event taking on Kenny Correa at Rage in the Cage 28 for the full contact promotions middleweight championship. Karam, it's good to see you. How are you, my friend?
Good to see you, man. I'm great. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to finally get you on there. I was talking with Justin. Justin was trying to get us linked up for the longest time, and I'm glad to finally get you and Caden, and I gotta get McFly on here sometime
Yep.
soon as well. This is a big spot, big opportunity for you, March 29th. You're definitely ready for it by your past two performances that I've seen. But before we dive into that, how did you get into mixed martial arts?
Um, I just really like it. I really like it. I enjoy it. Um, like I said, I actually enjoy doing this. Most people they just do it. Like they think they gotta do it. They gotta get some demons out. Um, I honestly just enjoy it. There's no crazy backstory to this. There's no I got some trauma. Um, since I was a kid, I just got these two figures fighting all the time in my head. Um, like anything, it's like two minds and any activity. It could be anything. Um, it's the competitiveness. Uh, it's the sportsmanship. There's no other sport like MMA, and I just enjoy it more than other sports. I've done other sports, but this is the one that I really enjoy.
Yeah, it seems like I've seen your family at a bunch of events, and it seems like they're all on board with this as well, and they seem to really like it as well. They
Yeah.
are a complete trip when you're competing. I love watching them, watching how intently they watch you and things. So they're into it as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the thing with them is now they're into it. Give it like 3 years ago, they were not into it at all. And it's like with any parents, like you kind of gotta show them that you're made for this. So like when I first started, like they were like, "Hey, like you went to college, like you're not made for this. You haven't been through what champions really go through. Like most champions, you'll find a lot of trauma. I kind of look towards trauma. I kind of like it because I know like as a champion, I need to if I want to be a champion, and I not that want to be a champion, but if I am the champion and like I have that character, I need to like take this full on and having to explain that to my parents, like it's nothing easy, but now they're seeing it. They're seeing characteristics of a champion. They see my discipline, so now they're supportive of it. Like as any parent would be. Like if I had a kid, like at first I'd be like, no, 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 don't do this. But if I saw characteristics of a champion, then I would definitely be there for them.
I absolutely love that. And if anybody sees your parents on March 29th at the Tim Hortons Iceplex at Rage in the Cage 28, just observe them and they are all on board. I love watching them. How did you find Justin Walker and company's Redemption MMA?
So Justin was one of my. I had like five coaches in high school. We had a pretty solid team in high school
Okay.
for wrestling,
Yep.
and Justin was just one of the guys that was helping out that year. That's when he first started working with the varsity team,
Okay.
and I got to wrestle him a lot. I kind of bullied him a lot. So like since then, like he sees me as that guy in the room, and that guy who has that opportunity out of this small town to do something.
Yeah, like I said in the intro, you are so cerebral. You are such a buzzsaw in that cage. You are a huge problem. And, going into talking about you're fighting, I did talk to your opponent, Kenny Correa, over the weekend. He's only 20 years old. He has 8 MMA fights. What are your expectations going into this bout? Obviously, don't talk about game plan or anything specific, but like, what are your expectations?
My expectation is the same as I've had my past two fights, is get this guy out of there as fast as I can. Um, there's like I don't think too much of a game plan because a game plan is going towards my strengths, and I believe I'm stronger everywhere. Like it doesn't matter what we're talking about. I think I'm stronger in every department. We can do anything. I'll win. That's my mindset with anything. Like if he wants to go on a run, I'll win. If he wants to lift, I'll win. If he wants to fight, I'll win. If he wants to play soccer, I'll win. Like that's my mentality. Like I just think I'm the better person.
Now, as you're talking, I'm trying to look up your cage time on Tapology. So you've amassed probably less than 4.5 minutes of cage time, with the exception of your debut with your kickboxing bout that you had. Are you prepared to go 2 minutes up to 9 minutes if it so happens that way?
Yeah, I've been wrestling for a minute.
Okay.
I got cardio.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that I'm gonna make the fight more longer, enjoyable. I'm just trying to get that dude out of there. Like he needs to. It's like any other fight on the street. Um, Once I lock eyes, the guy needs to leave the cage, either unconscious or like he can walk away after. But like all respect, but like there's no handshakes. There's no I don't like to talk. Like you don't need to say good luck to me. Um, Stay in your place. I'll stay in my place. Show respect, fight, and then we can talk after.
I definitely respect that. As well, I know you were in Ramadan month. You are an observing Muslim that does Ramadan, observes Ramadan. Talk to me about what Ramadan is for the people who might not know what it is. But generally, we see this come up a lot in the mixed martial arts circles, and this is why I bring it up in the interview, because obviously Magomed Ankalaev, who just beat Alex Pereira, competed during Ramadan month. You hear a lot of Muslim athletes not wanting to compete during those times because of the process and what you guys go through. Can you explain what that process is, and then B, talk about like how you are tackling it for this fight and how it affects you?
Yeah. So first things first, like I completely understand why fighters don't want to fast. It's every year we have, it's like it's a 30 day, it's not a third. Like a lot of people ask me, bro, you're fasting for 30 days straight. It's not like a fast for 30 days straight. It's
Mhm.
every day for 30 days. You're fasting from sunrise to sunset. You're not having any water or any food. Um, you you don't want to like, especially in like a fight camp. This isn't
Mhm.
like any other sport. This is intense. You want to train hard for a fight. Um, I promise you, everybody's going to train hard for a fight, and it's really hard to train when you're fasting. So I don't I don't want to fight during Ramadan, but like if I was offered one, I would most likely say yes. I don't shy away from it, but it is definitely difficult. It's no like it's more important to me than the fight, but like at the same time, like having to fight with it is not easy.
Yeah, and is it looked down upon on the religion? Like, I have a guy who is practicing, is a Muslim and observes Ramadan, and he tells me, is it looked down upon, and how do you make up for that during that time or no?
Yeah, yeah. So you have to make up for that time.
Okay.
Um, it's not like, hey God, I got a fight coming up, just let it slide. There's none of that. You gotta make up for that time that you missed. Um, I my goal was to just not fast the last week of just the week of the fight. But it's pretty difficult to like like a lot of people use it as like a weight cut method. It's not that effective.
Yeah,
To cut weight, you need water in your body. To sweat, you need water in your body. You need energy. Um, it's really difficult, and it definitely is frowned upon. Um, if like my father, feels a certain way about it, that
yeah,
I should be fasting right now, and the fasting is more important. Like my dedication to God is more important than a fight.
100%.
Um, I I I I would have wanted a fight out of Ramadan. Would have been nice. But I kind of got offered this fight, and I kind of got I gotta say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, much respect. Any Muslim athlete that fights during Ramadan, I have the utmost respect for because I hear and I see like what's going on with you guys, and I know it's not easy. Like I just have a regular guy sitting next to me at work that is not at the high level athlete like you are, and that's no disrespect to him, but
Yeah,
I know how intense mixed martial arts is,
yeah.
and it can do that for sure. Before we wrap this up, I want you to describe your two teammates who are competing on this card with you in one word and one word only. Okay. I already asked Caden to do this. Caden's already dropped. I want you to give one word to describe Marty McFly McCulligan.
I got two words. He's fucking crazy.
Okay. I'm
Like,
down with that.
and Caden, he's intense.
Yeah, I got to talk to him the other day, and he's a that you guys have a good camp over at Redemption MMA right
Yeah,
there. You guys are doing it the right way. You guys are doing it well, and you, Caden, and Marty have really tough fights, but it's definitely going to challenge you, and it's everybody's going to love it.
yeah.
On March 29th at the Rage in the Cage at the Tim Hortons Iceplex. Before we wrap this up, is there anybody that you want to thank? Any sponsors, anything like that?
First foremost, I like to thank myself, thank my family. Um, like without I gotta give a big thanks to my mother. Like
Love it.
she's my everything, right? Like she cooks for me. That's what's going in my body. That's my main thanks. But my father, Justin, I wouldn't be able to do this without Justin's gym. My coach Ryan, he's great fucking coach, great guy. Um, he's got like three kids. He's always there for us.
Awesome.
I'd like to thank my teammates, and I would like to thank you, man.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. And on behalf of Full Contact Promotions and getting the fight and things like that, we appreciate you being on the card. It's a massive card next Saturday night, March 29th at the legendary and massive Tim Hortons Iceplex. This is your second time competing there too. So you know how cool this
Yeah,
venue is.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people probably think I'm hyping it up and trying to promote it, but to be an athlete and be able to make a walk in such a legendary arena in Rochester, New York,
Yeah.
it's amazing. But
I just found out from you that I'm the main event. I honestly wasn't even told. Um, I was hoping I was gonna be the main event or the co-main event, but it's pretty cool that I'm the main event.
yeah, no, it's deserving. Let me see if I thought I tagged you on social media. I'm just looking at your flyer, seeing if I oh, you know what? I did not post that. So I
Yeah,
did the social media.
it said MMA title fight, but I wasn't sure if I was the main event. But that's
Yeah, so we're breaking some news to you. Yes, sir. You are the
nice.
main event. You and Kenny Correa, March 29th at the mighty and legendary Tim Hortons Iceplex for the 185-pound middleweight championship. In direct support is going to be Isabella Filipazzo. I'm also breaking some news right now. late replacement, and Jade Dumlin is going to be the co-main event for the flyweight women's championship.
Nice.
And then depending on whether or not we find a replacement for Dante DeJesus, Rich Lang may be elevated with Chandler Moody as
Nice.
well. So I'm breaking some news for you in multiple ways.
Awesome.
You're the first person to know this, and the world will know it shortly. But
Yes, sir.
Karam, I definitely look forward to watching you compete. If people are watching this and they've never seen you or Kenny compete, you guys are definitely worth the price of admission. And like I said on these other calls, any of like the last 10 fights, any one of you guys could headline this card by yourself and draw.
Yeah.
That's how good this talent is. And you guys are the main event.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I appreciate the time on a Tuesday night. Just sit tight, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
You got it. You're welcome, from.